Hey man, what it is? This is Deem, and I am your host, and this is by any means. There go to Cash App, $ Dean by any means. There go to PayPal at Dean by any means. Y'all already know what I'm about to say. I don't care if you leave $1, $10, $1,000 is much appreciated. Shakur Stevenson proved me right again. Shakur Stevenson proved me right again, y'all. This time about scoop ball head Tim Bradley. I done told y'all about Tim Bradley over and over and over about scoop ball head Tim Bradley, but don't nobody want to listen, man. I told y'all that he was biased. I told you that all of this was an agenda. I told you that he is fake. And I just been telling y'all what type of person Tim Bradley is. Now I wanna ask y'all a question. Do y'all think it's a coincidence that Shakur Stevenson's biggest fan, Timothy Bradley, I mean, outwardly, he was Shakur Stevenson's biggest fan, correct? If you understand, type understand. Yes, he was Shakur Stevenson's biggest fan. And just all of a sudden on Shakur Stevenson last fight, not his last fight before that Del Santos fight, he was harder on Shakur Stevenson about the Arthur fight than he was the De Los Santos fight. Remember, he said Gervonta is scared to fight Shakur Stevenson, and nothing that Gervonta Davis can do, he will be able to do besides that one punch power to beat Shakur Stevenson and blah. Listen, man. Don't take my word for it. Just go ahead and listen to Tim Bradley commentary about Gervonta Davis just a year ago, or let's put it like this: anything prior to the Shakur Stevenson fight. And go hear what the man said. And I ain't talking about right after the Frank Martin fight, because obviously when somebody knocks somebody out the way that Gervonta Davis knocked Frank Martin out, you really sound like a hater if you tried to not give him somewhat credit. But anyway, Shakur Stevenson now is having a problem with Tim Bradley. He said that Tim Bradley has switched up. He said that Tim Bradley has changed his commentary. And if you think it's a coincidence that that happened on Shakur Stevenson's last fight, I'm pretty sure Shakur Stevenson was still signed the top rank or was guaranteed to re-sign the top rank. He wouldn't have said he got his coffee ready. I could promise you that while I sip this coffee. Um, Timothy Bradley is a paid um narrative maker. He has an agenda, and his agenda is called top rank. He has an agenda, and it's called the Bradley family, his bank account. He has an agenda is to tear Gervonta Davis down because he is killing our brand. What I mean is he's the biggest star, him and Canelo, and they not over here. So I gotta trash PBC fighters in order to build up top rank fighters. And when I think a guy's going to leave top rank and put a black eye on the umbrella that I'm under, I'm gonna take little shots now. Now all of a sudden, Timothy Bradley can see how Gervonta Davis beats a Shakur Stevenson. Now all of a sudden, Timothy Bradley can see that Shakur can't fight the way that he was saying that he could fight all prior to that, y'all. All prior to that, Timothy Bradley ain't just learned how Shakur Stevenson fights. Y'all think Timothy Bradley just learned how Shakur Stevenson fights? The answer is no. I could guarantee you that the answer is he's been seen and studied Shakur Stevenson. He's a so-called Hall of Famer himself, right? So all of a sudden now, he giving Gervonta Davis a little more credit while taking shots at Shakur Stevenson. He even said that Shakur Stevenson too sensitive and he too soft and he need to get off Twitter and he need to not listen to people and he need to be able to take criticism. Timothy Bradley, you weren't the one giving it to him though. You was so honest with the guy now that he ain't with y'all no more. Why you ain't been being honest with him? Y'all see the fakeness in people? You was bigging him up. You was telling him everything he was doing was right and that he could beat Gervonta and that people are ducking him. Timothy Bradley said that Gervonta Davis is the most duck fighter in fighting. That's what Timothy Bradley said. I mean, not Gervonta Davis. Shakur Stevenson is the most duck guy in fighting. That's what Timothy Bradley said. So I need to understand, y'all. If that's the case, then How you switch up your tune so fast? Because nothing really changed from. It's not like Shakur Stevenson had a terrible performance. Shakur Stevenson dominated. He just didn't get the knockout. I don't understand why people are making it seem more than what it is. Shakur Stevenson dominated. He just didn't get the knockout. That's it. That's all that happened. So I need to understand, y'all. How can somebody do such a 360, and why do y'all think it is that he did that 360? I can tell you, because he's a bald-headed lie. He never really felt the way he felt about Gervonta Davis. He was paid to feel that way. And then he made it personal, so now he had to stay on that side. But he's trying to easily, some way, just creep his way right back over to this other side. He's trying to creep his way back over to this other side where Gervonta Davis is at. It's just funny now. He didn't trash. This is the first time y'all didn't hear Timothy Bradley trash Gervonta Davis. This is the first time you've heard Timothy Bradley cover a Shakur fight and not trash Gervonta Davis. He said he got his coffee rated twice. If he was signed to if he was re-signed back to Top Rank, he would have said Shakur Stevenson is the most duck fighter. This is why I don't nobody want to fight him, because he's going to dominate you for 12 rounds. He's going to put on a performance. He's going to hit and not get hit. People don't want to send the contracts, and he's going to be one of the greatest of all time. That's what he would have been saying in that commentary. He wouldn't have been so colorful. I keep telling y'all they don't have perspectives. They don't have viewpoints. They have bank accounts. People can be bought. I keep telling y'all that. Timothy Bradley is a bought guy to tear down fighters from PBC. That is his job. That is his agenda. And anybody that's not down with Top Rank, he's not going to big them up. Definitely not more than the top ranked ESPN fighters. It's been proven time and time and time again. So you're going to hear him talk amazing about Abdullah Mason, not if he was with PBC. If he was with PBC, he'll be saying he ain't fight nobody. That's what he'll be saying. We need to see more. Just the same guy that said he got to see Gervonta Davis get knocked down before he could give him real credit. What are you talking about? Wouldn't that show Gervonta Davis is greater if when he fights, his career ends and he ain't never been knocked down? Wouldn't that be an accomplishment? That's not something that's the way to see if somebody got dog in them. No, you saying that because you've been knocked down plenty of times. Don't try to put that on somebody else. You ain't say that about Floyd Mayweather. You see the hypocrisy and the fakeness in it? I'm just saying, y'all, this is the same guy that lied and said that Floyd Mayweather was ducking him when we all know that wasn't true. We all know that Timothy Bradley never had a chance ever in life of beating Floyd Mayweather Jr. We all understand that and are fully aware of that. It's just funny, man. Shakur Stevenson, biggest fans switched up on him. But I need to know who the best is then, because y'all spent so much time bashing Shakur. Now think about the fight, Loma, and y'all complaining about that. It just goes to show that Gervonta has to be the face of boxing, because he's damned if he do, damned if he don't. He does things y'all ask him to do, and y'all still criticize him. So what's your real problem with him? What's your real issue with him then? Well, he ain't do it 6 years ago. Well, you know he ain't do it 6 years ago, and you've been asking him to fight Lomachenko ever since. So if you mad that it didn't take place 6 years ago, then why keep talking about it? If whenever he does fight him, you're going to complain about it. It doesn't make sense. If you mad it didn't happen 6 years ago, well, we don't have a time machine. It didn't happen. So what? Now, what he's supposed to do? Not fighting? Yeah, man. And this is why I don't like Timothy Bradley. This is why I think Timothy Bradley is the most dishonest person in boxing, because prior to that fight, all of those talking points he was saying, he was with everybody else when it came to Shakur Stevenson, including me. But because I'm a Shakur, y'all don't believe in Shakur Stevenson. I still believe in Shakur Stevenson. I always known what Shakur Stevenson was. Y'all was sitting up there talking about that he could beat Gervonta and all of that stuff. I've never said that. So, but it just goes to show you that how Timothy Bradley known this about Shakur Stevenson, This whole time. He's known this. I'm sorry, y'all. I just put that up there. But he known this whole time about Shakur Stevenson. And now all of a sudden he changed up his tone. Now all of a sudden, now you sound like me. Now you trying to give out reasons why he can't be Gervonta and he better change up what he do. These dudes is fake. These dudes are dishonest. All of these guys, if they are attached to somebody, best believe that that is their agenda. Not pushing boxing forward, not being honest. Their agenda is ESPN and Top Rank. And if somebody comes under that umbrella, that's who they're going to be talking about. If you try to leave that umbrella, however much praise they was giving you, they're going to stop giving you. This goes to show you, Shakur Stevenson, it's a thin line between love and hate. It's a thin line between love and hate. Your biggest fan, somebody you had to confront, and y'all not sharing eye to eye now because he switched up his commentary. Now he's saying Shakur Stevenson soft. He too sensitive. He need to let his hands go more. He need to be entertaining. Let somebody had said that about Shakur Stevenson 2 months ago. Timothy Bradley would have been the main person arguing you down about that. If you would have said Timothy Bradley, he can't do all of that stuff against Gervontadavis 2 months ago, Timothy Bradley would have argued you down. But now that Shakur Stevenson is leaving Top Rank, or it's a big chance that he's leaving Top Rank, he could give an honest opinion now. Y'all see how that works? Y'all know what this is, right? Dean by any means. Scoop ball head. And I holla at y'all.